Good evening, folks. Welcome again to GameTimePA.com and a live stream coming to you from West York High School with Susquehannock Boys Volleyball taking on the West York Boys Volleyball. Obviously, Boys Volleyball. What am I talking about there? And I'm with my partner, Amy Lawrence. There, did it again. Amy Nieder. Amy, how you doing tonight?
Great, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. We're getting another one in here. We got a couple more to do. I'll be doing back with my old partner, Chad Zimmerman, who you, of course, are somewhat familiar with, I believe, right?
Absolutely. A little bit.
Just a little bit. So we're watching West York warm up here, and we're going to have a kind of a two ends of the spectrum here in the standings. We have Susquehannock coming into this match at a 5-2 record in the league, which means they're one of the top dogs, and then we have West York, a very young team, at 1-6. So let's talk a little bit about West York here. West York's got a setter who was a 2-year starter for him in Brett Strickler, and I was talking before the match here, and the coach was talking. I just blanked on Kevin's name. Kevin Wolf, the Bulldog coach, said that he had to move him to the outside, so he now has a sophomore starter setting for him, and Strickler, after 2 years of being a setter, is now a hitter. Was that a change you would have you would have liked to see your senior year?
My senior year, definitely not. Would I have done it for the team? Absolutely. But not sure that would have been a pretty sight.
Well, I've found many years that most setters are pretty good passers, so I know the passing game would have been all right for you.
Yeah, the hitting
maybe would have been the issue, right? But you know how that goes. But I think it's an interesting move. I mean, it shows that you're willing to do what's best for the team, and he obviously, like you said, if he makes a move like that after 2 years of setting, and as a former setter, that you kind of like being in charge of things, you kind of get comfortable with that, and then now all of a sudden you're asked to play a slightly different role. So
yes, but I think with him also being a senior, then he already naturally has some of that leadership, and that will stay, even though he's not really running the floor as the setter.
Yep, and I think if you're a leader, you're a leader. It doesn't really matter what position you are.
Right.
Yeah, everybody wants their setter to be a leader, but there's nothing wrong with an outside hitter. Now, Kevin also told me that probably the future for this West York Bulldog team will be Kenton Meckley. Kenton played middle for him last year as a freshman, and now is on the outside as a sophomore. And when you watch him play, he looks like an athlete.
He does.
He's put together pretty solidly.
Yeah, he's hit pretty well during warm-ups here.
And he's got a good arm swing. He's just probably a little inexperienced right now. And Kevin said he does have a lot of athletes, a lot of soccer players, a lot of basketball players.
Oh, nice.
So you know how that is. The more athletes you can get in the gym, the better off they're going to be.
Yes.
So
yeah, you can teach them volleyball.
And I always think it's interesting to see the good athletes play volleyball, because you do so many things that aren't what you're normally doing. Like, you can't catch the ball, you got to use your arms to deflect the ball. You got to, instead of grabbing the ball, you got to block the ball. So it's always fun to kind of see kids like that that are challenged a little bit more, shall we say. Mm-hmm. So then on Susquehannock's side, Susquehannock coming in here still have a big dog to play in Northeastern, as does West York. So they both have another big match coming up with top team in the league right now. Well, tied with Central. And their big hitter, one of their big hitters, Brian Shetty, has been out this week sick. So they got a really big win against Suburban on Tuesday with a lineup they hadn't run, which I think is a mark to them as a team. Losing a big outside hitter, having him then replaced by somebody new. I mean, as a setter, is that a comfortable position for you to feed that kid? Like, do you want to get him involved in it, or do you want him to kind of maybe not hurt the team? I mean, is that?
Oh, I think. Well, I was thinking about that when you told me that earlier, and I think there needs to be a balance, because you want all your hitters to feel involved, and you want your players, as a setter, you want your players to know that you have confidence in them, so that they're going to stay aggressive and be aggressive as hitters and make good decisions. So I think you need a balance. You need to use your top hitters a lot, to carry your team, but you also need to have a balance so that way your own team knows you're confident in them, and then also just to keep the other team's defense on their toes, so they don't always know where you're setting. So I think you need a balance.
Yeah, I'd say this day and age, most people, when a kid is out, a good kid is out, the other team knows it, and they know who's playing that isn't normally playing. So now, I believe, talking to Rob Marison, the Susky assistant coach, I think he told me that Shetty will be had been replaced by Quinlan Kaufman on Tuesday night, but he's a middle hitter, and he just said that he thinks he's going to be going back into the outside or into the middle, and they're going to have a different outside hitter. So I guess maybe he decided, Coach Bonnet's decided that maybe Quinlan's better in the middle for him. So that's an interesting move. I mean, you move a kid from the middle to the outside, it's a completely different, completely different job. We're getting the announcements here. We're trying to get our starters. We have we have 7 is Kurt Eckenrod is the libero. We have 15, Nick Voltaggio, one of the middles, the big kid, 6'5". We have Jacob Williams as number 20, as I believe an outside hitter. 21 is the setter, Stephen Rouse. He's a junior, and you'll see him running a 5'1". And then there is number 11, A.J. Schaefer, the other senior outside hitter. So I think we're going to see a pretty balanced offense from Susky tonight. So we have Josh May as the libero for West York. We have Jacob May coming out. There's Kent Meckley we talked about, number 26. Number 8, Matthew Del Orfano. He's one of the basketball players, from what I understand. And Isaiah Linton, another basketball player who's a junior. Number 4, Alex Doherty, is another senior. Or I should say is a senior. And then there's Brett Strickler, who we talked about at the beginning here, who was the senior outside hitter instead of a setter. Now we're going to take a minute to have the national anthem. Gotta like that. All right. Now I just was looking over the rosters here a little bit, and this Susky team that we're going to see tonight is going to be one you're going to pretty much see next year too, because really they only have the one senior starter in Schaefer tonight, number 11. So I think it'll be very interesting to see if they come out and play well like they did on Tuesday. You could maybe see some see the future team to challenge for the league championship.
Yeah, they are young. A lot of sophomores.
And they actually had I didn't realize they
number 20 is a freshman.
20 is a freshman. So, and then of course on the West York side we only had 2 setters and now, or 2 seniors, excuse me, Strickler and Doherty. Everybody else is sophomores and juniors as well. So this could be a matchup that could be a decent one next year as well. Of course, it's, as Kevin was talking to me beforehand, sometimes it's tough when you have kids who are successful in other sports. You come in and they kind of struggle. Like they're 1-6 right now. You got to hope those kids don't, just focus on that and then just decide not to play next year.
Right. It takes a while to develop those skills, especially if they're, if they're new, if they thought, if their other sport is their focus and thought they would try this. Takes a couple years.
Yes, it does. Even good athletes take a while, so. So we're going to start off with Alex Schaefer as the server. Goes with a little jump floater. Pass by Stricker. We got Meckley there with the swing. Middle hitter goes up, and there's big Voltaggio. And Meckley with a big swing.
Right
pretty
through the
strong. Showing right away why Coach Wolf thinks that he's probably going to be the big gun here for the next couple years. So we got on the service line now for West York. We got Jacob May. Ball goes out to the outside. Solo block. Ball still alive. The libero takes it over. West York looking to run some offense here. Ball goes out. Meckley gets a nice left-hand tip there.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure he's not left-handed. I always try to get my kids to think in terms of using both hands when needed. I remember you having a pretty decent left hand for being a righty, so.
Yeah, here and there.
Here and there. Pass to target. Ball barely goes over. Ball stays alive by West York. We have a set out to the lefty. That would be our freshman. And Jacob Williams with the kill. He does have a nice swing from the left side, doesn't he?
And he is,
right side.
he is lefty. He is lefty.
So he's got his natural position there. So we got Eckenrod back for the serve as the libero. Looking floater here. And there's the best player, Strickler, that West York's had here. And he's already seeing some action from the back row. And there's a little bit of Isaiah. Well, I'm sorry.
Linton, you're right.
Was that
Isaiah
Linton? Yeah,
Linton.
okay, that was Linton. Okay. I thought the 8 and the 9 got mixed up there. So you can see there a little bit of athleticism, pretty long body, long arms. So something to build on if he keeps playing. Meckley back to serve. Goes deep floater. Passed up to target. Then they go to Schaefer on that one, and he's in the net, and West York has a 4-1 lead early on here. And if I'm Coach Wolf, I'm thinking pretty good things so far. Good start for them.
Great start. He stands really far back to serve.
Yes, he does, doesn't he?
Very deep floater.
Way back.
There you go. There you go.
There's a great first swing side out by Kaufman, who obviously is back in the middle and looking pretty comfortable on that swing.
I think so.
So now we have Williams serving. Lefty hits a flat floater. That's a nice
That was a really nice serve.
serve. And then a deep corner shot. There's Strickler coming through there. And that's a spot that if you can hit that deep corner with some consistency, you put a lot of pressure on teams. That six person has to cover that whole end line. So West York libero goes back. Josh May, high floater to the other libero. Ball goes out to Kaufman. She looked pretty comfortable out there.
Out on the outside. I guess he got some practice on Tuesday.
Yep, that's right. I'm thinking that might be a play they like to run anytime anyway, because when you have a kid his size, I mean, they do have him listed at what? They have him at 6'3". He's a pretty beefy kid. So we get a serve there from Nate Trago. Ball goes to the outside.
Nice dig down the line. Oh.
And there's a block by Del Orfano. Yep, had to kind of look for that one. That's one of those where you try to be too cute and the middle's just ready for it and eats it up. So serve is coming from Alex Doherty. Goes out, and there's a great swing, but dug out by West York, and they're keeping the ball alive, pressure on. Ball goes out to Kaufman, another good block. West York's really playing some good ball right now. Meckley digs it out.
They're really talking a lot. I don't know if everybody else can hear them. They're being really loud, lots of communication. It's a good thing.
And they've now got an 7-3 lead. I'm sorry, 7-3 lead. So West York up 7-3 with Doherty serving, a little high floater there. Goes back outside. And there's a big swing by Schaefer. Got to hope that you're going to get a lot more out of Schaefer in that position. And we got Kaufman going back. Susky down 4-7 early on here in game 1. Goes floater. Right, pass right to target. Ball's taken over.
No, miscommunication. Ooh.
Yeah, that's
Hate to
a
see
hard
those
one there.
plays.
That's, yeah, because you got an odd position there that, who takes what. It's kind of a weird one, but now it's kind of interesting. Kaufman as a middle hitter staying in to pass. You don't always see that from middles, do you?
Yeah, no, usually the libero's right in there.
There's a good
serve
pass by
receive.
Schaefer. Schaefer takes a 2-ball right over top of the block and gets the kill. And we have Williams coming back in as Rouse goes back to serve. They're trailing 5-8. And we'll see what if West York can keep this momentum. Good pass by Strickler. Setter
Free ball.
takes it over.
That was a nice pass. Nice
That
play.
right there's got to be the, as a setter, you've probably felt that pain before, that tool shot on the outside. It's got to be frustrating as a player to get that.
Oh, yeah. It's very hard to defend. You're there, but then it just goes off the hands of the blocker. It's tough ball to get.
And there's just nothing you can do. I mean, if a good hitter is going to do that to you consistently. So West York pushes the ball over. Ball goes out to Williams. He swings, puts it in play. Set goes out to Meckley. Tools the block on the outside, and he gets the point to give.
Who did they give the point to?
I'm pretty sure they gave it to West York. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, they did.
So it's kind of hard to hit.
I know.
Hard to hit that angle and not touch a ball. So maintaining the 3-point lead, we have 9-6 on Orfano. Del Orfano, excuse me, goes back, gets the point on the ball handling error there by Susky. Make it 10-6.
Oh,
That's an interesting little short serve.
Oh,
Okay,
that was a
Schaefer, nice cross
angle.
court. Yep, it's kind of like one of those short little like shots across your body kind of thing, and chop shot, so to speak. Score is 7-10, Susky trailing, and Schaefer goes back and is going to hit the little jump floater again. Strickler doing a nice job passing right now. Takes the ball over. Going to the lefty. Williams is dug out. And they go back to Strickler. Again, he makes the hitting error to make it 8-10. And Wolf making a couple adjustments there on serve receive, I think. Nice block there by May, who's a setter right now. One-on-one like that, you don't
see
that
that
too often, do you? Especially when the little guy's blocking the big guy. So May goes back to serve with an 11-8 lead for the Bulldogs. Deep floater, Kaufman passes right to target. Goes pipe. And ball staying alive there. There's a good swing by Meckley, but dug out. Go back row again, this time to Schaefer. And the ball carries all the way outside to the snack bar. Guess it was a little thirsty. I don't know what I'm saying right now. That's 12-8. West York's got going back to a 4-point lead with May serving. Maybe he could have had a ball handling call there on the setter on West York, but got to play. Got to play what they do. And there's a good serve that Trago has a little bit of issues digging out there. Now, overhead receive, that was something that you were seeing a lot more of when you were playing, right?
Yes, yes.
And
when I first started, no, but it slowly transitioned to that.
And there's some talk, apparently, the international way of maybe eliminating that overhead contact. Yeah.
Really?
Wait, is it the overhead or the double? It's one or the other that they're talking about internationally getting rid of. So
Oh, interesting.
it would be interesting to see if they can do that after all this time.
Well, that was a great serve right in the corner of the court. Wow.
I'm not sure you could get much deeper or much to the sideline there. That's a heck of a serve by Eckenrod to bring the Warriors back to 10-13. And he goes right back to it. Strickler, that's a great pass. You can run anything off of that.
Nice swing by Meckley for the kill.
And Meckley really, I tell you, he puts everything into it, doesn't he?
He does.
Isn't always controlled, but man, he is just the old. He's not going to get cheated on his wax. That's for sure. So he goes back to 14-10, and we had a shoe tying situation there. Got Meckley getting ready to hit that real deep serve.
Oh,
Dug out
goodness.
by Trago. Kaufman goes a little roll shot, but dug out. Little tip coming back this way.
Ooh, sneaky.
Little setter, yep, little setter dump. And mishandling gives West York a 15-10 lead. And now we have a timeout. So it's interesting that you have a team that takes out Suburban in 3, and then they come to West York, and now they're struggling. Kind of wonder, you know, what's the difference? I can't see, you know, West York, it may not be as good as Suburban, but you can't take any team lightly in this league.
Definitely not. And maybe, I don't know, if West York feels like they're the underdog, you know, by their record, they don't have as many wins. You know, they have nothing to lose. They're just putting it all out on the line. They're really talking. They're moving.
Yeah, I think Kevin's got, you know, he's got the right idea. He keeps these young kids involved because they obviously are, you know, they're doing the things that, you know, you want kids to do in every sport, communicate and talk. And that's just a matter of giving them a chance to develop their skill a little bit.
Correct.
So, obviously, Susquehannock doesn't want to, you know, give away a game if they can avoid it, because you don't want to get in long matches because you never know what's going to happen. So, all right.
Correct.
So West York has a 15-10 lead, and Meckley's back to serve. Very deep ball. That was definitely going to be in. Rouse goes back row. Schaefer dug out by D'Orfano, and unfortunately, set kind of was in the middle there. Didn't really know who to take. So. So we have Williams back. Freshman lefty. Goes with a jump floater. Strickler pass, digs it out. There's another good swing.
Nice dig.
Kaufman a little over anxious there. Has to kind of wait on it. And there's Strickler with the swing. And now you can kind of see why putting him on the outside is probably a good move, because he's passing well and he's hitting the ball well.
Absolutely.
And he's got his team at a 16-11 lead. As we have Josh May back. Deep floater, dug pass right to target. Kaufman, dug up by May. That's a great dig. And then a ball handling.
Unfortunately, an error.
Well, that's a hard one, isn't it?
Oh man.
See a nice dig like that. Ah.
Yeah, especially as a setter, you're drooling when your libero gives you a pass like that.
So we have Trago back, jump serve. Goes a little bit top spin, but it goes in the net. And I have to say, West York is just kind of doing what they're doing. They've been siding Susky out, too. They haven't really had a chance to get too many points in a row. So Doherty with the serve. Nice little tip there that falls by Schaefer. A couple more of those might fall and get them back in this, because if they just keep siding out, they're going to end up losing this game and keep us here a little bit longer, or possibly a little longer than we anticipated. Kaufman deep serve. Again, Strickler gets the ball. That's another
Great
good swing. Tell you, the basketball kids have some talent here for West York.
They do, and they're not. I was just going to say earlier from your comment, that's what Susquehannock needs. They need a couple points in a row to get some momentum, and they're just not able to do that.
West York struggling there. And he gets it on the line. And I mean right on the line. If that would have been called out, I wouldn't have had much, as a coach, I wouldn't have said much either. But it falls, and it makes it 19-13. And now we have Tanner Bonnet's coming in, another freshman. So we have a freshman in for Trago. That's a really nice pass.
Yep.
Ball's dug up, but it goes over. Unfortunately, that's the rule. If you have, if you dig a ball and it touches the ceiling on the way over, then it is out of bounds, which is, you know, obviously the way to go. And we have a Rouse back to serve. Little lefty serve. Schaefer takes the overpass.
And a dump to the middle of the court.
Maybe something like that can spark you. You never know. That was smart play by him. It makes it 15-19 now. He's got to back that up with another point. He backs that up with another point. Now all of a sudden you're going to see some pressure. Nice pass by May to May. Meckley with another nice swing. And it's not like Susky's putting up any block either. I mean, you got Voltaggio in the middle. He's pretty good size there. So Del Rafano back to serve. And we have an illegal. We have a back row. We have a back row block that I think they missed.
I think they missed it. Yeah, they called Meckley in the net.
They called it. Yep, that is correct.
Yeah, the coach sees it, the back row blocker.
But I don't think the official. See, this is where the officials have to get together. Scott should come over. Because, yeah, they missed a 21. Did definitely jump, and since you can't jump, that should be West York because he was in the net, but he was in the net after the back row block. So you have to know where the setter is at all times, especially with the 5-1s.
Correct. Right, so the setter had come up to set, right, turned and blocked, and that's what we're discussing.
Yep. And if I'm Coach Wolf, I'm doing the same thing. I'm saying, but I'm probably saying it earlier. I would have said it as soon as it happened, so that way it doesn't get lost in the plays, because that's something that I think if you get it early enough, it doesn't look as bad. But now I think they're just trying to figure out. I think they're probably figuring out who blocked. That would be my guess, because it doesn't matter if you're front row and you block. Oh well, if you're back row though and you block, then that is the violation. That would be West York's point.
Right, because you can't block and go above the height of the net.
Correct. So it's 2015, and I believe they're going to probably stick with the net call from the looks of it. I haven't seen any. And you know what? If I'm Kevin Wolf, I might just go, okay, fine. Let's just be an eye on that.
Right.
Your team's playing real well. You're up 5 points. You know, you want the calls to go your way when they should, but you want to make sure that you don't take away that momentum. So
right. And they did. They went with the net. They went with the net violation on Meckley.
And now we have Schaefer back at 16-20. They still have a 4-point lead. And Trago comes back in. Schaefer's been hitting a nice flat floater here, so he goes with it again. Nice pass to target. And there, I think Strickler kind of tried to do maybe a little bit too much. He could have let Meckley take that ball. Now, of course, Meckley could have just called him off as well. So
Yeah, he has a nice floater.
Yeah. Listen to us. We don't know each other, do we? And there's a ball off the block by Strickler. Nice play. Just enough to get it over. It slips off the block, and now we have a 21-17 lead and a timeout for Susquehannock. So really, that only cost them 1 point.
Right.
So, you know, you side it out. They did get 1 point back, but now they side out. Now, if they can score again, then the missed call doesn't really change anything. So
Yes.
that's always the fine line in my eyes as the coach is how much do you complain? You've seen me complain enough, so you know I can be a complainer. Although I have calmed down a lot since the days I was coaching you. So, but every once in a while, I've found that when I sit, I complain a lot less.
Is that right?
Because now that we're allowed to move around, I found myself doing a lot more, getting into the things that didn't need to be got into.
Oh.
So now I sit down and I'm a little bit calmer.
More relaxed.
Although my club team still enjoys the occasional yellow card I get. So I still lead the club in yellow cards with 3, which over a season is actually not too bad. So
is there a plaque for that record?
Yeah, I wish. I'm going to ask for one for next year, though. So May gets the serve in, but then they find Schaefer in the back row. So it's back to Susky with an 18-21 deficit they're working to erase. And they have Eckenrod back to serve. Then hitting a nice flat floater. Strickler is
Nice
really
pass.
passing well.
And Meckley just right off the hands of the blocker.
For a kid who's been swinging hard every time, that shows a little maturity, doesn't it?
It does. And he's hit really well from the outside and the right
And then
side.
right side, yep. So now he goes back to serve, looking to kind of consolidate that point. Ball goes to target. They go to Kaufman. A little ball over top. Dug out by Del Orfano. Free ball over. They go to Kaufman. Another good dig. Ball staying alive. And then Trago, another great dig by May. Strickler steps in. Meckley watching the line there. They go to Kaufman again. And he hits it out of bounds.
Ooh. That's some great defense. They're being really scrappy. They're not letting any balls hit the floor.
Think of scrappy. They have been scrappy this whole time. And it gives them a 23-18 lead with Meckley still serving. Another deep ball down the line. They go to Schaefer in the back row, little roll shot. Strickler digs it out. He calls for the ball. And there it is off the block to give West York the game point at 24-18. Gotta say, they're not playing like a 1-6 team, are they?
Not at all. Not at all. They're playing really well.
So Meckley back to serve. Goes with that same deep ball down the line. He's hit that one pretty well all night long.
That was a nice run. Nice run by Susquehannock.
And they went behind the setter for a little change of pace. And I think there you could see a little bit of your inexperience on Linton's spot because he didn't know to move with him. So
correct.
So we got Williams serving. Down 24-19 and gets the first one, 24-20. I like this little serve that Williams is hitting.
Me too. It's a little floater. It had a little top spin, but
it looks a little bit of both. It really does. Just a tiny bit of a top spin on that. Now they go. Strickler, a little short serve. Rouse takes it back over. May pushes it out, and then Linton gets the ball. Dug out. And there's a double called on the setter, and West York comes through with the first game as the Bulldogs grab a lead early, and I don't think they trail at all in that game, did they?
Nope, they
so you
kept
got
the
a
lead.
25-20 victory for West York in the first game, and we'll be right back, folks, with game 2. Good evening again, folks. We're back here at West York High School at GameTimePA.com's live stream of Susquehannock boys volleyball at West York. In addition to its extensive high school sports coverage, GameTimePA.com live streams a variety of events from football to wrestling to volleyball, which we're doing tonight. This spring, they're adding boys and girls lacrosse. I have to get on and watch one of those. I have to say I've not had a chance to. I would like to see it because that's got to be a tough thing to follow.
Oh, I
love
bet.
watching college lacrosse on TV, so it'd be interesting to see how well it translates. Visit www.gametimepa.com/live-stream schedule for a list of York Adams games scheduled to be shown this spring. We have 2 more left for our volleyball. In May 7th, we have the biggie. The one for the black ball, I believe it's a black ball, Northeastern and Central. And then after that, we have the county finals the following Tuesday. So we got 2 real good matches left, and we got a good one here as West York surprised at least some people in the crowd with a 25-20 first game win, and now they're looking to add on to that. There's Meckley high off the block, and he gets the first point for Spring Grove, so he's picking up where he left off in the first game.
Another big swing.
May is serving. Bulldogs with a 1-0 lead. Still have yet to trail in this game, I believe. Although, did they trail early on, like 1-0 or 1-1?
I don't quite remember. I'm not sure.
If anything,
I
I think it might have been tied, but I don't think they ever trailed. So there's a hitting error by Susky to give West York a point and make it 2-0. May serves ball to the libero from Susky. Ball goes back to Schaefer. There's a little luck. If you don't see that one too often, do you?
Nope, off his shoulder and over and in.
And the funny thing is, he gets a kill for that. He probably gets a dig too. Now I wonder NCAA if you would get the dig or not. But he did get a kill because it did end a point. So there's Meckley on the right side, and now we'd have no. I believe we lost track of a right side hitter there. Because there we go. Yeah, because it was only 2 people in the front row there, so it's 2-2 now. Susky looking for its first lead. Another good pass, and Strickler takes it over. Rouse finds Kaufman, dug out by Strickler, and we get the ball over by Linton. Kaufman goes again. Oh, that's a great dig. Great dig by Strickler. Going back row, Schaefer digs it out. He goes back out to Kaufman on the left side. Another good dig.
I do hear Susquehannock talking more, which I think is one of the big things they weren't doing in game 1.
This is a heck of a point going on here. West York playing some great defense. Dug out. Schaefer gets the ball, covering, goes back row, little roll shot.
A deep
push shot goes deep.
There it is. Wow. That was a long point.
I'm trying to catch my breath. Holy heck, I'm tired and I was just watching the darn thing. That was a great point. I mean, you talk about scrappiness on both sides of the court, and then they find Kaufman on the outside for the big swing, and Susky now has a 3-2 lead. Schaefer goes to a little floater. Dropped pretty. That thing dropped right off the table. From our angle, you could kind of see that ball drop, and became really difficult to handle really quickly. So Susky's got a 4-2 lead. Schaefer goes back to it. May looks for Meckley. Looked maybe a little bit low, or Meckley needed to get his feet.
I was going to say he might have been a little late.
Yep, I think he was a little late. Needed to get his feet to the ball a little bit more there.
That is a wicked floater.
Ball goes out. We got dug out by Susky. There's Kaufman a little bit. It looked like he got a little bit ahead of the ball. He's trying to hit from behind to cause the hitting error. So West York facing their first deficit of the evening. And Meckley showing, I guess, some of his soccer skills there. Meckley back to serve. His team down 3-5. Susky looking to build on this lead. Nice pass by Kaufman. Gives it right back to him. A little tool shot. Looks like Susky's trying to work on that emotion thing a little bit here, don't you think?
Yes, they're talking more. They're getting excited in between points.
I have to wonder if maybe that would have just been a little bit of a big win hangover there from, coming off a big win, beating Suburban 3 straight, and then coming in here and thinking, oh, this is going to be an easy one, and West York saying it's not going to be easy. Because they seem to that loss has kind of sparked them a little bit.
Yes.
Missed serve doesn't help, but we've got West York trailing 4-6 as we have Josh May, the libero for West York, back. Schaefer passes the target. Goes to Voltaggio. It's dug out. And West York keeps it alive. Susky's going to have to make a second swing. There, it looked like you got maybe a little bit too far under that one, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Gotta get up a little higher.
Maybe,
Come on.
maybe a little bit too anxious.
Let's go.
So that's another point. West York looking to tie. And we have an overlap. So we have an overlap, and I'm trying to figure out who it is. It looked like they were calling a side-to-side overlap. And I believe we're going to have a replay. Looked like he's just double-checking to make sure.
Yeah, because Kaufman's in the front row.
Yeah, I think
so
he's thinking Kaufman is in the back row, but he's been in the front. He's
back
had a couple good swings in the last couple.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of the things that, yep, it is going to be a replay, folks. Kind of interesting sometimes that these people do so many different things within the rules to move their kids where they want them to be that sometimes officials are going to lose kids. I mean, right now it looks like they're just running, Susquehannock has what they call a 3-5 switch, where you take your person in 3 and 5 and you flip-flop them because there's no worry for any type of overlap. So,
Right.
all right, so we're going to replay that. West York down 5-6, looking to tie. So May hits a real high floater. Picked up, goes to Kaufman. Kaufman, that's a great swing on the line. They've been doing a nice job. They seem to be getting a little bit more rhythm this game.
Yes, well, that was a great spot, too, because that was where the libero was going to be fenced.
I didn't even think about that.
Wasn't quite there and set.
So we got Williams back hitting his, now that looked more like a true topspin from him. Little tight, and carries us in the net, and that's a point for Susky. They're back up 8-5. West York obviously wants to stay in contact as much as possible here. And there's a little top spin again. Ball goes out, and there's a left hand again. I tell you, you see that maybe more in boys and girls, but it's something I think every person has to be ready to do. Because why try to get yourself out of balance to use your good hand if you can stay in balance and use your odd hand?
Right.
I still make all my teams practice that every now and then. I mean, you don't want to do it all the time, but good deep floater by Doherty. Passed up. They're going back row. Nope. Don't get a swing out of there. Well, that was nice. That was a nice shoot set there.
That was.
And what they used to call a power tip. Some people call it a throw. I call it a kill myself.
Right down the line.
I'm glad nowadays they let girls do that, because they used to not let girls even do that, because I don't know if they didn't think they were strong enough or what. So
Had to reach for that one. Whew.
probably good to be 6'3" in that case, isn't it?
Yep. It was a little far out, a little tight, but he got up there and got it.
And not in the net either. That's always the one that you got to be careful of being in the net. Now he goes back and tries to solidify. Gets an overpass. Rouse puts it over, and they do get a carry on West York to make it 10-7. So Susquehannock trying to build up a lead and see if West York can play from behind. Kaufman again. That's a nice deep serve. What a great pass. And then a double is called on May, who I think as a sophomore setter, May's been doing a pretty good job, don't you think?
I think so, too. I think so. He's moving the ball around.
Way deep on that one. That's the classic better the ball when you can. So you want the ball to be at second contact. You want to make sure it gets high up into the middle of the court so somebody else can come. And it looked like Del Orfano just kind of got under a little bit too much and drove it back. So Coach Wolf with a quick timeout here at facing a 7-12 deficit. And I think it's probably a good call.
Definitely. Yep, Susquehannock has some momentum right now. They've got a little run that they didn't get the first game. They didn't really have any, they didn't put together a string of points in the first game, more than maybe 1 or 2. So good time for West York to have a timeout. Ice the server.
That was always one of the golden rules. Don't miss a serve coming out of timeout. Now Susky has to figure if they can get that separation, that maybe they start to build that momentum that will carry into multiple games. So you want them, you know, if you're on that side of the court, you want another good serve coming out of timeout. You want to make sure you cover any tips and make them beat you with good play, not cheap play. Good floater, pass by Libero, goes to D'Orfano, who swings out of the middle. Schaefer, dug out by Meckley. That's a hard one, isn't it?
That is tough.
That ball coming off
Very
the ceiling, that's so fast. Of course, at DeLone, we had the old flat ceiling, so it came down even quicker because there was nothing to hit. It just hit the ceiling, came right back down on you. So Susky now up 13-7, looking to extend. And there's the smart play by the blockers. You can see that they don't really reach till the ball comes into their hands. Then they push down and they get the block. And we have Coach Wolf trying to save a timeout here. He's going to put Sam Lovelace in for Doherty just to kind of slow the game down. He's got a second timeout. He doesn't want to call it too quickly. And Susky's now got a 7-point lead at 14-7. That might be the first time all night we've seen the setter, the old setter in Strickler come out. See how he stepped right in front of him and took that ball?
Instincts.
And I was thinking the same thing. You do that for 2 years. You see a ball coming at you. You're like, oh, I'm going to set that ball. And the serve in the net isn't able to capitalize on that and build on it. So it's a 15-8 lead for Susquehannock. West York again just trying to stay in contact. Takes a little bit off that one.
Finally getting excited. Like you said earlier, showing some emotion.
A little bit of a topspin there too. It's not a true hard topspin, but
just out.
Right play, just didn't execute because that ball has been dropping for him. And now it makes it 17-8 Susky as they're starting to kind of see the Susky that beat Suburban maybe on Tuesday night come out. Now there's a good topspin. Ball goes to D'Orfano. He's
nice play.
Good athlete. Considering the kid's only been playing for this year. I mean, he's not played a lot of volleyball. He's showing some good skill. Now he needs to put a little bit of a run on here, trailing 9-17. Good pass to target. Ball is not controlled by Strickler, and it goes out. There's a good first swing side out for Susky as Williams is going to come back in off the bench. And we have Rouse back to set with a 18-9 lead. You gotta like a left-handed setter. So one thing I could never get you to be a left-handed setter.
I wish I would have been.
And there's a great deep corner swing by Meckley. That's going to score 99 times out of 100. If you can consistently hit that corner, that is really a good swing. So it gets West York the ball back, and they're now down 10-18 as May lines up to start the serve. Flat floater. Bad pass. We got ball over by Kaufman. Ball goes to the outside, and Strickler takes it over.
That was smart, pushing to the setter.
Take him out. And there, unfortunately, you could tell he's a little bit late to target. So he had to kind of reach over his shoulder, and that's got to be the hardest thing for a young setter to learn, isn't it? That when to release to get to the net, when not to.
Yep, just got to play defense first. So you have to be ready for defense, but you're also going to be ready to run up. There he is, cross court again.
And again, a good score. And that was out of system, too. You had a non-set. Well, you would have a normal non-setter taking it, but that was their setter from last year taking it. So obviously a good ball for Meckley to hit to make it 11-19. And now he's back to serve, looking to get another run like he had earlier, or in the earlier game. Ball's a little low on that one.
What? Yeah.
I don't know if they were trying to run a 1 or maybe
I think
just
so. It looked like that, but the hitter never
never got there.
released to
Yeah, well,
start his
he is a
approach.
freshman, so I think you're.
We'll cut him some slack.
Yeah, we'll cut him a little slack there. Okay, and there's the floater again, passed up by Schaefer. Big swing by Kaufman there. Now you can see why he had the number of kills that he did Tuesday night, because he had a real nice game when they swept Suburban. So now we got Libero back to serve, and we have ball goes out. Left-handed there. Again, the ball went a little bit past his hitting shoulder, but the big block from Susky is there for the point to make it 21-12. As they're trying to stretch it out and finish this off as Eckenrod gets a good serve. West York, and there is Linton with the swing. Go back out to Kaufman. And it looked like the block maybe drifted a little bit on that one, giving Kaufman, which you don't want to give him any kind of angle.
No way.
Gave him a real nice angle to hit. Susky up 22-12. Good ball to target. Strickler going down the line, hits it into the antenna. We have a 23-12 game. And now we're going to get a timeout from Coach Wolf. And during this timeout, get social with GameTimePA.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at GameTimePA_SC, and like us on Facebook for the latest in high school sports in Central PA. Instagram. I'm just not sure I'm ever going to get into Instagram.
Yeah, I've never tried it.
It's just kids that just do all these Instagram stories now, I guess they're doing, where they take a series of pictures and stuff. I don't know.
I don't really have time.
Maybe that's what it is. I just don't have
make time.
Yeah, and I don't make time to learn it, so I don't want to do it. I know I'm probably should be tweeting when I'm covering wrestling and covering volleyball, and I appreciate that they don't make me do it, but eventually I'll probably step to the plate and help them out. So, you know, because I try to be a nice guy when I can.
You can catch me up on the world then.
Yeah, I'll try. But just the fact that I would have to do something called tweeting, and I'm not a bird, I don't have much interest in it. So, Susky now up 23-12, and we have a good deep serve that is carried as almost called a 2, a double. The official started to show a 2 and then turned her hand to get the lift, because you can have the double on the first one. So she did the right thing there. Give him game point.
There's a nice pass, though. He redeemed himself.
That's a great swing, and Susky's in the net anyway. So we still have a 13-24 lead for Susky. And we have May back to serve for West York to keep him in the game. Short little serve that Kaufman passes the target. They run Voltaggio, and it's dug out. And there again is a good swing by Del Orfano. I don't understand why I can't get that in my head. Del Orfano. He's doing a nice job in the middle here. Make it 24-20.
He's not their biggest hitter, but he puts the ball in play, and that's what they need to do.
And as a middle, you know, if you can score in the middle, you're going to make things easier for your outsides. Or if you have an outside like Kaufman, you're just going to put the ball away. So
great swing, and May was in the right spot, just missed it.
Overpowered. So game 2 goes to the Warriors at 25-14, and we'll be right back, folks, after this break in the action. All right, folks, we're back here at West York High School with boys volleyball as the Warriors and the Bulldogs have gone to have split games. GameTimePA.com has partnered with WOYK-1350 AM to bring high school sports fans a game day on with Game Time PA, a weekly live radio show that airs from 4 to 6 p.m. every Thursday. Fans can listen live on WOYK or watch it live on GameTimePA.com. So we're getting ready to start game 3 here with having split. So now I'd say probably high percentage, 90% of the time, whoever wins this third game wins the match.
Yes, I
would
agree.
think this will be the one. Does West York grab their magic from the first game, or does Susky start off or continue what they started in game 2? Ball out to Meckley. Schaefer digs it. Goes out to Kaufman. Kaufman deep corner.
Deep corner
There's
again.
that deep corner we talked about. So that was a nice dig by A.J. Schaefer, not Alex Schaefer. Alex is a student at Spring Grove, and A.J. is the volleyball player that we're watching here, so I apologize. He goes back to hit the flat floater. Pass again, a little bit over on that one. There's that scrappiness from West York, just keeping balls alive. Kaufman goes to the outside. May sets it a little inside. Linton grabs it. Well, not grabs it, but gets the ball. Dug out on the tip. Meckley keeps it alive, and then Schaefer outside, blocked up. There's a good time to go back row. Yep, that's a good play. And right through the set, right through the hands. That's a hard one. You got to really be firm with the hands. And that one kind of got a little bit behind him.
And they did this game. They did move Kaufman to the outside. They made that switch. He is playing outside now.
Yep. I kind of wondered if they might do that. When you have a big hitter like that on the outside, you want to use him when you can. So West York keeping alive. Susky looking for something. Oh, miscommunication there. I'm sure you've done that in the past, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that happens even at the highest levels. So West York now with their first point with a 1-2 deficit. May serving.
Nice pass.
Eckenrod throws it.
Yeah.
Ball's up off the block. That's a good quality block. Slows up the attack. Oh. Now, in that situation, I always tell my setters, if you get a ball that you're not sure who to get to, use a name. Is that kind of what you tried to do, too? Because if you learn a name, you say a name, somebody reacts a lot quicker than go.
Yes, I'm wondering if he just misset the ball, too, because he was kind of back on defense. The guy beside him dug the ball. I think he was a little slow getting up there. Didn't have the oomph to set the ball all the way to the outside.
I'd say you're probably right there. And there's a hitting error by Meckley to give Susky a 4-1 lead. Now, if you're West York, you do not want to let this one get away early. I think he's taking it at his chin, and that's probably why. If he'd step forward and take it at his forehead, it's really hard to call the carry when you're taking it at your forehead like that. And that was a great serve.
Meckley.
Interesting, yeah. Interesting little, almost like a reverse hand swing kind of thing that it falls. All that matters is it falls, gets you the point, and stops the bleeding temporarily at 2-5.
That's right.
West York looking to cut into this lead and kind of get back that momentum they had in first game.
Now I was just thinking that this was the rotation he called last time, and I was...
So the question is, he's calling a left, I think a side to side.
And the setter needs to be... Is the setter in
I think the setter's
right
in.
now.
I think the setter is in.
And he was on the other side of Schaefer.
Good ball to Voltaggio, but then dug out, and then a double was called on the setter. May's struggling a little bit here in the second and third game, kind of being consistent with his hands. So he's got to keep setting though. He can't let the official kind of take you out. I mean, they've been all good calls. So first one that he's missed, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Because he's had that nice little top spin floater kind of going. And so Williams goes out for Matt Barnhart, who has played, and we apologize. This is the first time we've mentioned his name. Sorry about that, Matt. So Strickler is back to serve. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not Strickler. That is Isaiah Lingenfelder. Lingenfelder comes in to serve, misses it, and Susky now up 7-4 with Kaufman now back to serve. He's one of the guys that kind of got them going last game. Meckley passed the target. And there you can see May was a little bit late to the target. Couldn't get the ball. You get to the ball, you can kind of get that ball before it gets to the net.
And that'll come with experience once he knows when to stay on defense and when to go up to the net to get to target.
Sure has a quickness, obviously, to get there. So Eckley gets the ball up.
That's a great shot to the corner.
I'm telling you, for a first-year player, I'm telling you, I'm impressed. Del Orfano is really showing. He's shown he's a good athlete, and he's trying to, make smart plays.
I was going to say,
'cause a lot of times, that's the thing that you can't get kids to do.
Right. He sees the court really well.
Yep.
He knows kind of where to put the ball.
That's probably part of that basketball, because you got to see the sport. You got to see the court there. That ball carries out for West York, giving Susquehannock the ball back at a 9-5 lead. And we have Voltaggio back to serve. A little bit of a top spin. There's a takeover by May. Ball goes out to Schaefer and down the line for the kill. And Susky looks like they've kind of got their groove back. So West York's got to do something to cut into this. And Voltaggio back again, a little bit of a top spin. Good pass by Meckley.
That was a good little changeup. Looked like he was going to have a big swing. He dropped in the tip.
That's probably I think that's the most effective way to tip, because it looks like everybody gets dug in. You're seeing that when you just slow that hand up, and then you just make sure you contact high and take it over. And Strickler back to serve after the tip falls. Down 6-10. And Schaefer gets the tape on that one, can't quite get it over. As the West York Bulldogs have now made it 7-10. There's that little kind of punch serve thing, looking for that short ball. Schaefer into the middle, a little two ball, and restoring a temporary Susquehannock lead here at 4 points at 11-7. Rouse, I almost said Roush. Rouse back to serve. And he is mighty close on that line.
Every
but
time.
He is okay. The hitting error goes long, no touch. Nope, I don't think there was a touch on that. And that's a point for Susky at 12-7. And substitute coming in for West York. We got Doherty coming in for Lovelace, trying to save his timeouts, I guess. That's the hard thing when you only have two. And you got a team that's starting to pull away. You got to pull the trigger early. Then the question is, when do you get the second one? So Rouse gets helped with the net serve. That's another one I think they've talked about possibly getting out of the international ball as well.
Really?
Yep. Now, I don't know. I'm not sure if that you might have opened that can. You can't really do much with it. Now there, the ball got up on the libero, and he takes it over. They go outside. Schaefer down the line.
Right down the line.
I think we're now starting to see the Susquehannock that has gone out to a 5-2 record in the league, as they're now up 14-7. And Rouse is doing a nice job. Steady serve, making good decisions on the net, on running his offense. Floater again, unfortunately right to West York's best passer. And Meckley just doesn't look like he's snapping right now.
Yeah, he was going for that corner that he's hit a couple times today, but didn't snap.
And here's the timeout for West York. I was talking a little bit to Coach Wolf ahead of the game, and didn't realize he had not coached boys since like 1999, and so he came out, and this is his second year. I mean, it's kind of an interesting. To be off that long, it's got to be tough, because it's a different game. He's coached a lot of women since then, between college and high school, but it's got to be a hard thing to do because you got to really change the way you approach the game. When you've seen enough, more blocking with the boys,
Right.
A little more defense with the girls. So I have to admit I enjoy the girls' game a little bit more just because there's a better chance of longer rallies.
Yeah.
But I mean, this match has shown we've had some really nice long rallies here.
And I think one other thing too is I've seen with the boys a lot of different serving styles, more
Yep.
so than I think with the girls. So as server, coaching serve receive, that's another challenge.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to put more pressure on the boys on the serve as well because you got to make sure you're getting easy points. The more easy points like that you can get, the better your team is going to be because you don't have to work as hard for as long. So that ace serve gives Susky a 16-7 lead. And it might be on to game 4 here soon with West York's got to really keep it together here. And the lift is called on Strickler to make it 17-7. Now I think you start to see West York starting to get a little bit down, a little bit frustrated. They got to keep playing, though.
Yep.
Think that ball was going out?
I don't know.
It looked
I'm not
like
sure.
it was,
The ref is right in my way. I can't see Strickler right now. So I didn't even know who was touching the ball.
Yeah, he contacted it right at his head, so I'm thinking he might have let that one go and it could have gone out. So Rouse in the net, but I think you're going to take the string of points that he gave you
Absolutely.
for that net serve. So Dallastown. Saw the blue and white and started thinking Dallastown. Bulldogs have their work cut out for them here in game 3 to get back into it, down 8-18.
They just need to stay calm and focus on 1 point at a time.
Put a few together like they did in the first game, and you never know what's going to happen. And that was Will Earls stepping up and making a play there out of the middle. I think that was his first kill. I don't remember saying his name yet.
I don't think so. That was.
If you can get contributions from kids like that, you're going to be a pretty tough team to beat. There, May does a really good job. Gets it high, takes it over on 1 and or on 2, and maybe one more step out of Schaefer. He could have dug that, but May gets the ball back and is now serving, trailing 9-19, and gets a little under it. Doesn't it seem like West York's doing all the things they didn't do the first game, they're now doing now?
Correct.
It's like the little things, like missing serves, not taking that one extra step, and that kind of builds up very quickly if you don't do that. So
There we go. That'll help them.
another good pass, and it seems like all night long we've been talking a good pass by Strickler, good swing by Meckley. So obviously, West York has some talent. It's just a matter of getting that experience and developing the depth they need. So the side out makes it 10-20, and now Meckley back to serve. Looking to put a few on the board. Takes a little off of that one. Good pass by Kaufman. Baltaggio with the swing, but it's dug out, and there's Meckley with a tip from the back row.
Right to the
Schaefer
setter.
with
That
a
was
nice
smart.
high ball. There's the freshman lefty. Schaefer sets Kaufman on the outside, takes a little off, pushes the ball to the outside, and there's Kaufman's a big swing, as you hear from you could hear from the bench. I heard Rob Marison, the assistant coach, say, "Now swing," and sure enough, there it is. And that's got to be a nice thing to have a guy like him as your assistant coach, who's coached in state championship games with the girls, and now he's your assistant for the boys. And there's a net in the serve, and actually West York, Coach Wolf has Bob Sloat as his assistant, and Bob's been around for a long time here. So I knew as a coach that you're only as good as your assistants, and I always made sure I had good assistants, and having these kind of guys on your bench are going to do nothing but help you all the time. West York back to serve. We had serve there from Lingenfelder. Ball goes to Schaefer on the outside. Nice easy swing down the line, and they regain the lead, regain the ball at 22-11. Kaufman looking to try to serve that out. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, he came out of the back
Oh,
row,
that was
too.
a
That was a
back
back
row,
row
wasn't
attack.
Boy, where he landed, I thought he was in the front row, so he's definitely getting some distance there. Good pass by Meckley.
Nice
Goes
roll.
to Doherty. Doherty. And Voltaggio just misses that one. It was a nice set, maybe a little bit, maybe a touch low for the 6'5" middle. And he's kind of laughing about it, so he's taking the right attitude. West York down 12-22 in game 3 here. Looking to get back in it. Tries a short serve out of bounds. And we're now at 23-22. And make sure I'm saying that right. Voltaggio going back to serve. Hit a little bit of a topspin last time. And
There it is.
hits another one.
A little bit.
That's a really nice pass. You could see Schaefer was ready for that.
He was.
I think he was ready for that before the serve was even in the net or in the air. I think he was like, he's going to dump this ball. And sure enough, he gets the stuff block to give him game point. And the topspin goes. Libero pass it up. May tracks it down, hustling to the ball. They go back row to Kaufman in the middle of the net, which you don't want on game point, but when you have 12 more or 11 more coming to you, I think you can afford an occasional error like that. So we got Strickler back to serve, looking to extend the game. Ball goes to target.
Tip.
Pass
Good
goes
touch.
out.
Good touch off the block, unfortunately.
Smart play because he
Yeah.
hasn't tipped for a while. So, so game 3 here goes to the Warriors at 25-13. And we'll be right back to West York after this break. Hello, folks. We're back here. I'm Tom Hunt. I'm here with Amy Nieder, and we're back for Game 4 of the West York Susquehannock Boys Volleyball. The GameTimePA.com mobile experience is now better than ever. Visit www.gametimepa.com on your mobile device to watch live streams of entire games, check out scores from across District 3, watch video highlights, browse photo galleries, and read our award-winning coverage. I'll tell you, you can get a lot. I mean, I wonder, how did we live without the internet?
Yeah.
It's amazing what it just, like, I remember growing up and not knowing what scores were until Saturday morning paper. And I love the Saturday morning paper. So now it's like I just have to punch a couple keys on my computer and I get the scores as they're happening, like right now. And there's, speaking of scores, that was a good start by Schaefer. kill down the line to get a 1-0 lead. Little floater gets him, gets the second point and gets him excited enough to jump up in the air. And obviously he's trying to keep the emotion alive.
And West York needs a little bit more of that, like they had in game 1. They're kind of fizzling.
Yep.
And if they want to get back in this, they need a little bit of that.
Just make a play or two. You make a good play or two, and that helps you get that emotion.
That's a great play.
Exactly. Now, they need to build on that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that, I mean, that might be part of the fact when you're that young, you don't understand that concept of making back-to-back good plays.
Right.
We always talk, you know, we've always talked about making runs, putting together play after play, and it's going to help. So that's a good serve. Unfortunately, it goes right to one of their better passers. And Kaufman unloads on that little ball and gets the kill, although I guess the ball was in the net. I think we have a little bit of a delay there.
Mm-hmm.
Get a serve. Another lift call there on the receive.
I like, though, how West York, even though they're getting those calls for lifts, they're still staying aggressive and using their hands, you know, trying to pass above their heads, keep the speed of the game quick.
Yep.
You just need to get the ball higher, receive it higher, like that one.
Totally agree with that. And there was a good time to tip. Unfortunately, I think Strickler kind of dropped his elbow and lowered where he contacted the ball, so it contacted it right into the net. There, I think you see a little bit of the first-year player, the ball kind of coming off the arms. And I mean, it's hard. It's a hard thing to teach a kid to pass the ball because you're using your forearms, and you never use your forearms for any kind of sport. Now there, Meckley short-armed that a little bit, we call it, where you don't get on top of it, and he launched that one pretty good, and it's getting another snack like it did in the first game. As Susky is out to a 7-1 lead. So again, West York wants to score here.
There's a great swing.
Now, what Susky's been able to do these last two games is keep in rhythm when they have the ball or when they're serve receiving, and not giving West York that chance to get those 3 or 4 points like they did early on in game one. So we have Lingenfelder back to serve.
That's a nice floater, deep floater.
Played up by Williams, but a little bit too close to the net on that one. Yeah, that one looked like it was okay, and it looked like it kept rising and rising.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if that one might have carried out if they would have let it go. And unfortunately, he adjusts too low there on the contact, and he's in the net. So Susky now with an 8-3 lead, as Williams is back to serve. Got that little topspin going. That's a really nice pass.
And a nice set.
Real nice set.
Looks like Strickler was just a little early.
May goes to the outside. Strickler there.
There they
Good
are.
swing. Block was way off the net there. They were probably about a good 6 to 8 inches off, and you give any hitter that much space, he's going to drill it right into you and get the easy kill. So here's a substitution coming in again is Matt Barnhart for Jake Williams. And we have Doherty back to serve for the Bulldogs, trying to get them cut into this 4-point deficit. Short ball dug out. There's a double by, I believe Schaefer on that one got the double. Couldn't quite see around the official here. Making it 5-8. 2 or 3 more points, and all of a sudden West York can start feeling pretty good about themselves. High floater going back. Schaefer digs it out.
That's what happens when there's no block. Yeah.
Fortunately, it only counts for a single point.
Right.
Because if you were going to give style points or anything like that, that would be a bonus point play there. Blocker was not there, and Kaufman took full advantage of it. Now he comes up with a real good serve.
That was a nice coverage on his own tip.
On his own tip, that's right. Strickler taking control there, takes the ball over. May pushes that ball outside. That's a nice set.
That is.
You could hear that. Coach Wolf right away was like, nice set. Right as he released it, you could tell he was getting from his setter what he really wants. Now he has Strickler back to serve. Again, they're staying in contact at 6-9. Deep floater. And that's actually a good play. A lot of people they'll take a kid who's a good passer or a good hitter like Schaefer there, try to serve him deep and make him work harder to get to the ball. Unfortunately, right now he's just passing real well with his hands, so he doesn't have to work that hard to get where he wants to be offensively. That serve will help keep him in it, though. So we got Del Orfano back to serve. Nice little floater.
It's a good touch on the block.
Yep, athletic. You could see he reached over, he saw the ball, he just couldn't quite keep it from getting over the net. And then May was just probably a half step too deep to play that out. So Susky gets the ball back at 11-7. West Shore can just keep siding out. They can stay in this game.
It's a nice pass.
Good pass. There's the lefty swing. There's the setter jumping in, the former setter. Nice swing off the block. They just need another point or two, kind of keep it.
Yeah,
It'd be
8-11.
interesting to see at this point how Susky would react if West York stepped up and either kept it tied or took the lead.
Yes.
Free ball coming to West Short. There's a push shot by Strickler, dug out.
There we go. 9-11.
Seems like, yeah, it seems like when you take the setter out on each of these teams, there's a little bit of a breakdown that they aren't quite comfortable with who takes that second ball.
Right.
So
They,
go ahead.
they both communicate, but there is a little hesitation.
Out, and no touch. Got a little bit of a break there because they tried to touch it, but they did not. And there's the 2 points. West York now at 10-11. And May on the line here has gotten a couple good serves. And the lift call now ties at 11-11. West York's starting to feel a little bit good about themselves. Serve from May goes to the libero. Schaefer pushes it over, dug out by Del Orfano. He goes back out to Meckley.
And he hits
Deep
that
corner.
deep corner again. And there's that emotion that they were missing earlier.
Yeah, you got to wonder maybe if there's a little bit of that confidence there too. That, you start to fall behind big and you don't feel like you can dig out of a hole. Here they kept the hole very small. Dug out. Libero takes it over. That's a really good ball that Meckley should have been ready for. I think he's ready for that. They get a kill out of that.
Oh, good dig.
Good open hand dig by Strickler.
And there's that scrappiness from game one.
Yep.
Great kill.
They just need to, even though that's a big swing, they need to just keep doing what they're doing.
That's right.
And they can stay in this game. 12-12. They kept the deficit to 3 and were able to chip away. Now they got to get the ball right back. Get maybe a big swing out of Meckley. And unfortunately, that double contact gives them a point, but still only one down, so they're right there. Schaefer looking to hit the little jump floater. Really nice serve. Gets the overpass. Williams takes the swing.
He disguised that well again.
That's the classic, what we used to call the campfire defense. You're all dug in at the campfire, forgetting to be ready to come forward, and that's a good time to tip out of the back row, too. So that ties it at 13-13. Meckley now going back to serve. Deep floater that Schaefer passes right to target. Kaufman at the setter. Ball goes dug over, I'm sorry. Dug up. May sets the ball outside. That tip has got to go higher if you're Strickler. There he went higher and he got off the block. Yep. And West York takes a lead, 14-13. Could we be in for our first 5-game match of the year?
Maybe.
Could be. We'll see what happens. Beckley, really, that's a good confident serve. Takes them deep, digs the ball out, calls for the ball. You got to like that.
Oh,
And even though it's a block, I like the fact that he wants the ball right away, so he knows that he needs to step up and make plays. So we have Eckenrod back for Susky, tied 14-14. D'Orfano passes the ball. There's Linton with a good tip. Kind of tipped that one over his head, too.
He did.
It kind of looked a little bit
He did.
little like an odd thing, but it worked. Susky a little slow on defense. Lingenfelder now stepping in to serve. Has a 15-14 lead. Goes deep floater. Kaufman passes the target.
Nice block.
Very solid block. Kaufman takes it over. Looking to play defense now.
He really pushed that set out far.
Yes, he did. And that angle had Kaufman messed up that I don't think he realized how tight that angle was and ended up giving a ball to his teammate that he couldn't handle. So it's now 16-14 West York. Ball goes to Kaufman. Voltaggio.
Good effort.
Voltaggio. I keep saying Val. Voltaggio with the swing and then the hitting error by West York. Makes Susquehannock 15-16 with Williams back to serve. There's the call I hate. We haven't seen it. I hate that call.
Me too.
You make an athletic play, you slip under with your hand or some other part of your body.
And he
in
didn't
high school,
interfere.
and it didn't interfere. And now in club ball, you're allowed to go under as long as it doesn't interfere. So deep serve. Tight ball that D'Orfano did what he could with it there. Unfortunately, he kind of got trapped on the net and kind of fed the ball right into. And I think they're checking. I think he's just checking the score there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right into Kaufman's hands is what you were saying.
Yeah, right into Kaufman's hand, and as a big blocker like that, he's going to get that every time. Ball carried really deep.
It's a nice set to the back row for Meckley.
And going for the corner, but dug out. Meckley doing a really nice job of finding that corner. Goes out.
Off the blocker. The block looked good.
For a kid who's been a setter for 2 years, Strickler is doing a really nice job on the outside. He's passing well. He's doing all the things you want out of an outside hitter.
Correct.
So we got Doherty back with a short serve. Pass by Kaufman to target. Tools the block, and it's back to an 18-17 lead for Susky. So West York hanging tough here. They just need to get the ball back and get a little run and see if Susky can play from behind. Kaufman looking to get his team back and stays down. Ball goes to target. Some strong hands there. You could tell he's a setter on that one, going for that deep corner, but it's a little bit wide. Gives Susky the 19-17 lead with Kaufman serving still. Looking to hit the little floater. Flat, ball goes to target.
It's underneath it. Yeah.
A little underneath it. I think the lack of the approach there definitely cost him, because being underneath it like that, that's probably one of the things that's hard for a younger player is when you get on the ball, how do you adjust, slow your arm up, that kind of thing. So. GameTimePA.com has partnered with WOYK 1350 AM to bring high school sports fans, there we go, game day on with Game Time PA, a live weekly radio show that airs from 4 to 6 p.m. every Thursday. So that would have been right before we came on. This is Thursday, right?
This is Thursday.
Fans can listen live on WOYK or watch it live on GameTimePA.com. That's another one of those things. Keep me off camera. Most people tell you I have a face for radio, so now I guess the phrase should be I have a face for a webcast.
There we go.
So West York now trailing 17-20, having kept within 3 and actually taken a lead here in the 4th game. Now has to get the side out and figure out a way to kind of put a couple points on the board to extend this into a 5th game. Kaufman staying on the ground, hits a flat floater. Ball goes to target. High ball to D'Orfano is dug up. They go to Kaufman, another push shot. Ball goes out to Strickler, tips it over. Dug out by Barnhart. Nice set out to Schaefer for that kill. Kind of had a feeling Schaefer was going to get the ball eventually there, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
21-17 Susky. Kaufman in this serve. Since they got the ball back at 18-17, put a little 3-point run on, looking for more. Ball to target. Not much again he could do with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Fed the ball right into the block and all. I believe that was
The
Schaefer.
blockers were both there. Yeah.
That was going to be one that he was going to have an issue with. So we got Linton coming in, and we're going to use the libero. So we got libero May back on, with Susky holding a 22-17 lead. Deep floater, Meckley passes. May takes control of that one. You like that out of libero.
Off the ceiling, if they can get it. Tough ball.
Yeah, that's a hard one to get. From you're that far deep, you got to really keep that ball low because you know it's going to hit the ceiling, and once it hits the ceiling, it's dead. So Strickler back to serve at 18-22. It needs a little run here to get the Bulldogs back in it. Warriors get a good pass from Schaefer. Drills the ball down the line, and I mean drills it.
Yeah.
Uncontrollable off the dig, and it gives Susky a 23-18 lead with Voltaggio back to serve. Looking to close it out for the Warriors and get them their 6th win for the regular season, and for the league season, and he serves it out of bounds. 19-23. D'Orfano back to serve. Short little floater. Ball goes to Schaefer.
No touch. Maybe a touch. I guess a touch.
She called a touch. I'm not sure I saw it, but.
And out.
He goes to that corner. He's looking for that corner. He's just been missing a couple times there. So Susky gets match point with Rouse serving at 24-19. And he serves in the net. That's another one of those 100% rules. That would be a fine for my player, and I would be getting my favorite candy bar tomorrow, which, if anyone's listening, would be a fast break. I love fast breaks.
There you go.
West York needs 4 in a row here to stay in the match. May back to serve, and he did have a run earlier in the game.
Yes, he did.
Ball goes to target. And Schaefer with the tool off the block. Schaefer really came alive there in that 3rd and 4th game, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So there you have it, folks. Wrapping up here from West York. The homestanding Bulldogs jump out, grab game 1 at 25-20. But then the Warriors settle down, start playing more like they're capable of playing, I believe. And West York kind of didn't have an answer in those middle 2 games, as Susky then won 25-14, 25-13. And then came from behind in the 4th game to win 25-20 to earn the 3-1 victory and keep themselves in the upper half of the division. So from West York, Amy, I'd like to thank you for working with me for these couple days.
Thank you, Tom, for inviting me.
Shout out to the whole Nieder crew out there.
That's right.
All 17, 18 of them? Wait, with the chickens, how many are there now?
Oh, my goodness. Well, there's 4 children.
4 children, 1 husband, and how many chickens?
8 chickens.
So you're talking, wait, I can count that. That's 13. So to the whole 13-member crew of the Nieder family, this is Tom Hunt signing out from West York High School. And the final score again, Susquehannock 20-25, 25-14, 25-13, 25-20. We'll be back in 2 weeks with the big one, folks, Central at Northeastern. Take care and have a good evening.